Sean. I don't like that smile.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Delegation time, come on. Just be positive. Just be positive. I'm just being positive, lads. Just being positive. Yeah. Back your team. Just back your team. I'm backing the team. Come on, boys. We can do it. We can do it. What can I say? What can I say?
What can you say still? Go on.
What can I say? Look, I don't know who that last guy that came on, I don't know his name, you know, bless him, he's a young fan.
Chris, yeah.
Chris, but I mean, he's absolutely waffling. He came on after the Atletico game, praises, Tudor this, players that, and then within 4 days he comes on and he's this player, that, manager that. Listen, this is the problem at the club, boys and girls. This is the problem we've got. Our fans haven't got a clue. They don't have a clue anymore. And it's because they don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. I've been very consistent for 6 years. We need to get ENIC out. We've got to go after these owners. We've got to really, once and for all, unite and topple them or force them to change their ways. This is why I started the whole delegation thing, because the fans don't want to do it. So I said, right, well, then we've got to relegate the club because it will force them into a financial distress, a kind of pain that they've never experienced before as billionaires. And they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something to get out of the mess.
But
they can't carry on like this.
Still, just on that, but it could be they could get, like, you're right, but they could still go down. And because of the way they run the club and how they run it, they could still get themselves in more of a mess because they don't know what they're doing.
Good. More financial pain, more hemorrhaging of the dollar and the pound and the euro, whatever currency they accept. The more pain inflicted on their pockets, the more they are going to have to take drastic action, which means either sell the club and leave or start focusing on football and start doing things properly at this club. Because yet again, look what's happened to us this week. And by the way, Marlon, I'd like to remind you the last time I came on when you two in the studio, what I said, it's all happened. Go back and watch that video. It's all happened. For me, what's happened today, this particular game can be explained by a very simple saying. Pressure burst pipe. Pressure burst pipe. Too much pressure, up. This group of players, this manager can't handle pressure. We played against Arsenal. That was pressure. You know, North London Derby's pressure. We collapsed. We played against Fulham and Crystal Palace. Everyone said must-win games, especially the Palace game. We capitulated. And then we went up to Anfield. There's no pressure at Anfield. Everyone predicted a 6-0 loss. There was no pressure. And we did all right. Then we went to Atletico Madrid. It's our last chance of winning silverware. Pressure. We capitulated. Second leg, they come back to White Hart Lane. There's no pressure. There's no pressure at White Hart Lane because we're already out of the tie. No one expects us to go through. Of course we put in a good performance. Of course we beat them. Today was pressure, people. Today was pressure. And look at how we handled the pressure. Defensively, we collapsed. When it mattered, we collapsed defensively. And this is the problem at Tottenham. We can't handle pressure. And we can't handle pressure because poor coaching, poor recruitment, poor investment, manager merry-go-round, constant failure to bring through academy players who love the club. The club means everything to our academy players, and we neglect them. We push them to one side in favour of spending £40 million on Odeberts and Tells and all this crap. People are going to praise Mateus Tell today. What did he do? What did he do? There's no output.
To be fair,
he runs a lot. He runs a lot. He puts in lots of energy. He tries hard. He huffs and he puffs. No goals, no assists. But because he hit the crossbar, you see, look at that.
Yeah, but the assists are not on him either. The assists
did
are not
nothing.
but the assists are not really on him either, because when he's putting the ball in certain areas, the rest of the team, because they're not good enough too, they're not getting in the right areas as well. I get you on the goals bit because he's not great at that.
No, Marlon, you're not doing this. No, you're not doing this, right? Let me. No.
I'm doing it still. I'm doing it.
Bro.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it in the chat. You are.
Listen, I don't care what the chat says, because the chat has been so horrendously wrong and so full of nonsense, and we are going to get onto that. We're going to get onto this street party that we had today, this Tupperware party.
I tried, chat. I tried.
Well, they think it's carnival. We're in a relegation battle and we're partying.
It's
right?
mad still.
We're going to get onto it because there's plenty I need to say on that. But Marlon, I did an analysis on my channel. Cheeky little plug, Mr. Stelios on Spurs. I did a 1 hour analysis on this game.
Who? It's not in your name. Your name says Stelios.
You know, you gotta promote.
Go on, Steph. Sorry.
I did an analysis on my channel, Mr. Stelios on Spurs. I did a 1 hour analysis. Friday, I put the video out. And Morgan Gibbs-White creates the most big chances and has scored the most goals for them this season. He's the man we have to stop. Surely you start Paulinho and you say, man mark Gibbs-White. You're our best number 6. You're our best defensive midfielder. Man-to-man Gibbs-White. He's the man we got to stop. No. We start Pape Sarr and Archie Gray because they played really well in games when there was no pressure. And then, up top, do you know who's created the most big chances for Tottenham Hotspur this season, Marlon and Ash? Do you know who?
I'm going to take a guess. Could it be Porro?
Porro? You, Marlon?
Romero? Porro?
No,
in the Premier League, who's created the most big chances?
Most big chances for Spurs? Well, that's a stretch. I'm going to go for Romero, probably.
The most big chances created this season in the Premier League for Spurs is Xavi Simons. He hasn't got the assist stats because, like you said, Tell, right? You defending Tell, but they don't put the chances away. They don't put the chances away for Simons. He's our best player at creation. Facts.
Stel, you just said something I agree with.
You got to agree. The data don't lie, Marlon. You have to. There's no choice. Right? He's on the bench. This manager puts him on the bench after he had an absolutely fantastic game. Yeah, there was no pressure in the Atletico game, but surely you say, you know what, let's give him a crack. No, he's on the bench. We created nothing in that first half other than Tell, I think, hit the crossbar, the goalie made a save, and I think there was a post from a header. But in terms of open play creation, feeding players in, actually testing their goalie, did he have to make a save in the first half?
Yeah,
no?
the Tell one.
Tell, right, from distance, yeah?
From distance,
right, that was it. But yeah, we're going to sit here as a fan base and say, oh, we were good first half. Look at this player. Guys, all that happened in the first half was we had lots of the ball. We had lots of the possession, but did very little with it. We weren't great in the first half. And this is what I said when we played Liverpool. I came on this channel and I said, guys, we weren't good against Liverpool. We weren't very good. But Liverpool were worse. They were just as bloody bad. So Liverpool being terrible hyped us up. And when I said this, I got rinsed. I got absolutely battered by fans. Because how dare you say that after we got a draw? It's what happened. And today's the same. That first half, we didn't really do much. We had a lot of possession, but that was it, guys. Nottingham Forest have got 2 top centre-backs and a brilliant goalkeeper. They don't mind teams coming onto them. They don't mind sitting deep and being compact. Go and watch Nottingham Forest. That's what they do. They didn't mind the way we played because we didn't create anything. We didn't really create much in that first half. So
but I think what it was is that I completely agree with what you just said about we didn't create nothing. I think the reason why people probably say we looked better in that first half is because actually Forest didn't really do anything after the first 10 minutes. And but for Spurs, for the way we have been playing this season, for the way we've played this season, it was just all unexpected.
Scored against the run of play.
And they did score against the run of play. However, I completely agree with what you're saying is actually in the attacking third, I think Ash and I did mention it, is that we might have looked okay, but there was nothing that we actually physically created apart from the set piece. And Sells' save, you might say it's a nothing save, but if that's Vicario, that's going in.
That's a good save. No, listen, it's a good save, but he's been doing that all year. Sells has been doing that all year. He's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, 2026, not 2025. He had a poor start to the season.
Yeah.
Look at Tottenham this season. Look at us, right? Look, for me, guys, I don't think we played well. I just think we had more possession of the ball, and this is pretty much the story of Nottingham Forest. They don't often dominate possession. So we failed to create because Xavi Simons is on the bench. We put all our expectations on Tell, who doesn't score. He doesn't get assists. He just runs around a lot, shows a little bit of skill.
Curiosity, who would you have started ahead of Tell on the left-hand side?
Actually, what would have been your starting lineup? That's more of the question, because obviously you want to fit Xavi Simons in.
Because right now it's kind of...
I've said for me, the best formation for Spurs to play is with 4 across the back and to play 2 in the attacking mid position. What you do around that, I don't care. Play 2 in the attacking mid. Xavi Simons, and I would play Mawani next to him. I've been saying this for a long time. Mawani isn't good in the front 3, but when he drops into that 10, he's effective. That's where he set up Odebert for the goal against Aston Villa in the FA Cup, and that's where he set up Richarlison for the equaliser against Liverpool. Mawani in the 10, next to Simons. I think we will get the best out of Mawani in this team. I don't think Mawani's good, but if we're going to get something out of him, that's where I would play him. Simons has to play because he's our most creative player. Facts. He has to play.
He's your number 6 because obviously everyone's
Paulinho
for Archie Gray at the moment.
Listen, guys. Archie Gray's great when there's no pressure. Archie Gray's great when we don't need him. Today we needed big players to step up. This was everyone said it's the biggest game of the season. For fuck's sakes, we put on a street party. That's how big we thought this game was. You know, we had a carnival.
Hey, without the street party, it was going to be 6 or 7.
Is that what we're going to go with now? Because of the street party,
it would have been 6 or 7, mate, if it weren't for a street party. 6, 7.
Paulinho needs to start every game. He's our best player in the midfield. He should be the captain. He's played for Bayern Munich, man. He's got Premier League experience. He's an old head. He gets it. He's a real player. He's not always going to have top games. He's going to have the odd stinker. He's a human being. They all do. But he has to start for me. And you've got to play.
He stops that set piece that they scored in the first half at 1-0.
That set piece they scored, guys, is down to us just being crap at defending. You know, when Thomas Frank came in and everyone said, oh, look, he's made us better at the back. I said, guys, I don't know what you're watching. And then as the season went on, everyone realised, actually, we're not that good at the back. We have not yet had a coach come in this club and actually coach good defending. We don't do it well. And I don't blame that on Tudor because he hasn't been here long enough. He's only been here, 4 or 5 minutes?
Is he not sacked yet? Is Tudor still... Is he not sacked yet?
Still, do you think... Actually, still, on the defending part, do you think that's more down to personnel than the actual coaches themselves?
Before you go further, it says here, Igor Tudor will not be undertaking post-match media duties as he's just been informed on an immediate family bereavement. Oh, okay, cool. So,
She's had a family bereavement, so there's no sacking.
Listen, it's just drama, isn't it? It's more drama. It's more deflection. If it's true that he's got a family bereavement, then do you know what? Condolences to the man. You know, at the end of the day, there's bigger things than football. So if he's got family issues that are urgent, then the man deserves to just go and do that. Forget football. But look, I never wanted Frank at this club. You know my stance on Ange, guys. I got called flip-floppios, and I stick by the fact that sacking him created a disunity when we had unity for the first time in 2 decades. We actually had proper unity. Well, not 2 decades, since Poch. Hiring Frank, I was never on board with it when everyone else told me, oh, but we just need a coach and Frank's made us strong at the back and blah, blah, blah. I never wanted Tudor. But as soon as we hired him, after the Arsenal game, I said, get him out. I was Tudor out after the Arsenal game. And people thought I was mad.
You're talking to us, yeah.
Side note, though, do you think...
people think I'm mad, Ash.
Do you think
They think I'm mad. But this stuff keeps happening.
Do you think Sangare should have been sent off because there was a challenge on Archie Gray where Archie Gray went silent for the ball, and then Sangare had his studs up and caught him in the knee, and obviously he was on a yellow card, but he wasn't booked for that one. And there was another challenge he did in the game where I can't remember who it was on, but I think it was Xavi. It was on Xavi Simmons, and he wasn't booked as well.
This isn't a get out. I'm not trying to get out.
No. It's not a get out. I'm just asking a question. I'm not.
No. I'm saying I'm not trying to avoid or get out of answering your question.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
But
cool.
What I would say is this.
It's like such a question.
Yeah. Shit question.
Basically, yeah. Move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The point I'd make on that is, we cannot look at referees. And, should that be a red shirt? We really need to focus on us and what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, this is the reality. This is a Nottingham Forest team that has been struggling to score goals. This is a Nottingham Forest team. Everyone knows it, right? If anyone does any basic research on any game, you'll know that the fundamentals, and one of the fundamentals was they don't really score goals. Mate, they put 3 past us. They put 3 past us at home.
They don't score set pieces, and they scored a set piece.
They put 3 past us at their ground.
Yeah, 6-0.
Right? 6-0 in aggregate to a team that is below us in the league. They're freaking below us in the league, and they're putting 6 past us. And we're having street parties. What are we doing, man? And I'm going to get onto that now. Because for me...
This is what you came for.
No, I came here to just say my bit as I do every week. And if people don't like it, don't like it. But then don't get angry when what I say happens, because you lot say stupid things, not you two, but people out there say, just be positive, just back your team. Listen, I'll be positive when there's something to be positive about. I always back the team. I just hate the regime. I despise ENIC. I want them gone. I want them to change, which is why I say things like Steligation. We need to hurt them financially because the fans ain't going to do shit. This fan base is weak, very weak. And I had an argument with Change for Tottenham on the Spurs 5 on Monday. Connor came on, fair play to him, respect. Takes balls to come on. And I told him my truths. I told him I'm not happy with what Change for Tottenham have done. I'm not backing you lot anymore. You should never bow down to other groups. What? Because the Spurs Supporters Trust and song sheets and shelf side whatever and some youth little group we've got in the club, 17 something. What? Because they all want to collaborate with the club, and of course the club collaborates. Because if you're ENIC, you're like, yeah, you want to work with us, yeah. You're not going to protest. You're not going to call us out. You're not going to highlight the damage we've done to the club. We'll put on a team bus for you. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, have a free drink on us as well. Come into the stadium early.
That's right.
Have a free drink. Have a free drink.
And Romero's statement will never, ever, they'll never live that down now.
That's embarrassing. Just the street parties alone is embarrassing. But
when I saw Romero's thing yesterday, that killed it for me. I was done. I was like, what are you doing?
Bro, when people like me and Brian Daigle continually hammer the ENIC out, the Levy out, all this stuff, we don't do it because we're anti-Tottenham. We don't do it because we hate everything in life. I have a good life. I live in Cyprus. I've got the sea to the left of me. I've got the sun in the morning. I've got the green hills to the right. Everyone's friendly here. Food is amazing. Mate,
and you got us to
Tottenham.
Mention us.
Cool. Tottenham isn't something that makes me hate life. I just despise what's going on at this club, and our fan base has sold itself short. This collaboration with ENIC for that team bus, of course ENIC did it. It suits them. This is what they want. And we had the parade on the high street. We did the big team bus thing. What happened when it came down to the crunch? We got battered 3-0. And then, I get told, just back your team for fuck's sakes. 2-0 down, fans walking out the stadium. 3-0 down, I've never seen a more empty stadium. More fans walked out than they did when Change for Tottenham said, let's stage a walkout. More fans walked out at 3-0.
Clip that. Hey, crazy.
Clip it, real talk. What do they say? Stand up, sing up, stay up. What a load of nonsense. What is this gaslighting? What was the other thing we said? Always together forever. Where were you? You walked out. What do you mean no matter what? And this is my problem, guys. This is why I am the way I am when it comes to this club. Because this gaslighting has wrecked Tottenham. It has wrecked the football club. And any little tiny chance of positivity, everyone jumps on it like a rash, making out it's this big thing, like beating Atletico 3-2. Like Mateus Tell having a half-decent performance. That's it now. We've got to jump all over that. This is it, boys and girls. Take off. Why can't we just stay back and say, can we see what happens when it really matters? Can we actually play 5 games without a loss before we get carried away? Can we just have a little bit of being humble? But we can't do it. And we just get carried away, and the same thing happens. And I was saying all week, Marlon, Ash, I was saying this all week. First game of the season, we beat Burnley 3-0, and then we beat Man City 2-0. And I came on and I said, look, Burnley are going to get relegated, and Man City, we always get a result. Why are we getting hyped? Oh, you just love Ange. You're only saying this because you love Ange. You just hate Frank. And then 6 months later, everyone's Frank out. When we beat Borussia Dortmund, against all the odds, we put in a brilliant performance against Borussia Dortmund. Everyone got hyped. Everyone got excited. That one game now means Tottenham are back. And then what happened? We drew at Burnley, lost at United, the wheels came off, lost to West Ham, Frank got sacked. We never learn. We never, ever, ever learn. And what happened? We get a point at Anfield. We beat Atletico Madrid when it doesn't matter. Do we go back and say, we did this when we played Burnley and City? We did this when we played Borussia Dortmund. Should we just learn and not get all giddy and overhyped and just chill the fuck out for a little bit? No, we blow it up as if the second coming of Jesus is here. We've got to get a bus and all the fans on the high street. This is it. Look what happened today. This always happens because we as a fan base never learn. We let Enoch off the hook, and every time Enoch get off the hook, they laugh in our friggin' faces. I'm not surprised we lost today. I'm really not surprised. I'm shocked that we got hammered. I never saw a hammering coming. No way. I predicted a 1-1 draw, but I can see a world where we lose. I never thought 3-0. But I never got carried away with it. I was never one of these fans that said, oh, we're good. You just hate Tudor. No, I say it as it is. I came on this show, guys. I came on this show after the Liverpool game and I said this, and I got rinsed. Where are those people now? Where's all those people telling me stay up, sing up, swing it, shake it, move it, make it, whatever the words are? Where's all these people that are saying things to me like, just be positive, just back your team, and they all walk out the stadium. Get real.
Did you see Chris when he came on and how quiet it was outside? Like, you don't expect that, especially at a football stadium, to be that quiet. We could hear him clearly, nothing in the background. And it's not like he had us on, he had earphones in. He had
his phone.
He had his on his phone. There was nothing on the high road.
Was perfect.
I feel sorry for fans like Chris because he's young and he doesn't quite get it yet. And he hasn't experienced Enoch long enough.
I think he got it today.
No. When I say he doesn't get it, I don't want to belittle the guy and make out he's stupid. What I mean by he doesn't get it is he hasn't experienced Enoch long enough to understand the pain. He hasn't felt the pain. And he just wants good vibes, good time. You know, when we were all young, we just wanted good times, good vibes. And I get that. But that is part of the problem because we've got the 30, the 40 and the 50-year-olds are like him. And that is concerning because they all protect Enoch. They protect Enoch with their behaviour. I was sent video clips today. Fans are in the South Stand buying beers, buying pizzas after the game.
So, Del, can I ask you a question?
What are you doing, man?
Can I ask you a question? One last question before we do let you go. There's always been this narrative that the board deserve relegation, the fans don't. Do you think that narrative is kind of wrong because we've allowed this to happen in the last 5 years? Well, 5 years, I'm going to go since the Champions League. We've allowed this to happen to us over the last 25 years. And maybe, like you're saying, regarding the celebrations today and being behind your club, the decisions we're making as fans is part of the problem to why we're in this situation too.
I fully agree with you, yes. If we go down, the fans would have facilitated the demise of Tottenham. not all, but a lot of fans would have facilitated ENIC doing what they've done to us because of our choice of behaviour. If you look at Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Newcastle, you look at other big clubs, the way they unite against their board when it matters, they're a different breed. Spurs fans, I'm sorry to say, we're the weakest of the lot, very complicit, and we are over-tolerant and over-accepting of ENIC. Because I don't know what it is with us.
It's why we're down here. You're right. Out of the top six, the big six, we are the most complicit fans, I think, out of the big six. Like the other big six won't have it. They wouldn't have this type of...
Do you think it's because we think we don't deserve to be there? Is that part of the problem?
No, it's because we are a fan base that doesn't demand high standards of our club. Yeah. We're a fan base that doesn't demand that we challenge to be the best and be what Bill Nicholson and Keith Berkhamshaw and those man them tried to do for us. That's what they tried to do for us. They tried to make us great. They tried to make us great. And unfortunately, we have got a small club mindset as a fan base. We are a majority fan base that just wants to go to the game and have a good day. I hope we win.
That's like a mid-table club, isn't it? You know, mid-table fans, they're just happy to turn up and have a beer, see their friends, because they know they're not going to amount to anything. So,
Ash, let me tell you, it starts with the owners. It starts with the owners, and I'll give you the best example of what I mean by this. And this is what I mean about everything comes back to the ownership. Arsenal finished second in the league twice. They were a very good team. They were knocking on the door. And what did they do? They had a good goalkeeper in Ramsdale, and they said, nah, we've got standards. We've got demands. Ramsdale, later. Raya, in. That's what big club mentality does. That's what the mindset of a big club is. Even when you're there, no, we go even harder next time. Liverpool did the same when they bought Van Dijk and Alisson. No, we go again, we go there. We're just happy to be in the top four. We're just happy that we get a seat in the stadium. We're just happy that after the game we can buy an Asian fusion pot noodle or something, you know, some nice gourmet food. Wow. This is the mindset. This is the mindset of a club.
Stel's happy with the food then.
I didn't even know they did that. It's crazy.
Listen, I've heard rumours, Ash. I don't know exactly what they serve. Right?
I'm joking.
I'm a strictly Chick King kind of guy, or shout out to the Brown Eagle that do a nice curry goat at the back. Shout out to them. It does taste good. But to me, or a kebab, of course, that's my roots, cheeky kebab. But the reality is, guys, our fan base is far more tolerant and far more accepting of mediocrity, and they will give you every excuse under the sun as to why they're like that and to why it's okay to be like that. And yet they want us to be a big club. We will never be the big club that we can be until our fans raise the standards and demands of the owners. And having street parties and street festivals and letting ENIC off the hook, that's not the way to do it, guys. I'm sorry, it's not. Save the street party. Save the street party.
Keep buying the team. You've got to keep buying the team. Keep buying the players.
Back the team, not the regime. And fans that walked out the stadium today, shame on you, because you're the same people that come for me for talking the way I do. Have a street party when we lift silverware. Like when we won the Europa Cup and 250,000 Spurs fans took over North London. That's when you have the party. That's what a big club does. That's what we can be like. But we're not going to be there with this, but we got a point at Anfield and we beat Atletico when it didn't matter. We're back. Guys, this has to change. At some point, as a fan base, we've got to stop this lunatic asylum and just start being humble and demanding ENIC either sell or we force them to change. Otherwise, I'll be back on in a couple of weeks' time and we'll be having the same conversation again, and you lot will be cracking joke and I'll be sitting here getting angry, and then I'll WhatsApp you later saying thanks for having me on, guys. Really appreciated it, you know.
So we've got our content now. We don't need you no more. So can you go now?
Listen, big up to you both for doing the work you do in the studio, man. Keep it up, and big up the Spurs Kings TV.
Love every time, man.
Big up, Stel.
Big up, Stelios.
Well.